Hi everybody, my name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. Today I am sitting here with the owner of Asia B Treats. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So what is the B for?
The B's part is from me, my mom, and grandma. We have all B's in our last names.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm Bullock and my mom and grandmother are Blunts.
Oh, interesting.
So that's the inspiration behind it.
Nice. So let us know about your company, Asia B Treats.
Well, I started it when I just finished college back in 2014. I did a summer market for one day.
Summer market?
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
A summer market is where there's different vendors outside selling food, clothing, art. It's like a street festival.
Oh, nice.
Basically,
nice.
It was here in Brooklyn. I did it for one day. My mom had helped me get the stuff. She got me a table and chair from Home Depot and the tent because I came out with these great dessert bars that I came up with.
Amazing.
So they were lemon bars and apple crisp bars I was selling. We had got a cooler, some ice. My mom was the first one to taste them, actually.
Nice. Were they like ice? Like kind of like ices, you can say?
No,
you said you had a cooler for it.
Yeah, we was keeping them warm because it was hot we was keeping them cold because it was hot that day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had them wrapped in cellophane bags with ribbon on it. They were lemon bars with a shortbread cookie crust, and then they were apple crisp bars with a shortbread cookie crust as well.
Nice.
So, and I also had made them as Christmas gifts for my friends one Christmas. We did Christmas exchange, and I went to Target and got some tissue boxes, tissue paper, and put them in there as gifts. And my friends was like, I think you should do something with them. We don't know what it is, but these are really great. My friend's boyfriend loved them, and my mom tasted them, the apple one. She really loved that because we're like apple people.
Oh, really?
And tart people. And we eat a lot of lemon. So I said, I think I have something going here. So immediately, that's how Asia B Sweet Treats got its name. I self-taught myself how to cook at 11. I really wanted to do that at first. I wanted to go to culinary school. Ella comes home one day. She's like, "Oh, great! You know how to cook? That's great. She still cooked meals for me every now and then, but I was making turkey burgers. I was making spaghetti. I was making shrimp with pasta. I was making a lot of Italian dishes. So I love Italian food. So I was making a lot of that at home, and I'm very picky. So my grandmother, some of my family's from the South, so she would make a lot of collard greens, neck bones, cornbread, and I got kind of tired of eating that.
Okay,
so
understandable.
So I was like, I want to make my own stuff. Red garlic mashed potatoes. My mother makes really great red garlic mashed potatoes with the skin still on it. So I was making that. I was making like rosemary fried chicken. I was doing stuff that I saw my mother making for me, and I incorporated that.
Okay. So what did you go to school for? Because you did say you started Asia B Treats after college.
I did. I went to Monroe College. They have a culinary arts degree program.
Okay.
So they have associate's degree and a bachelor's. And you can up to master's, I believe. So I got my baking and pastry science degree in associates. So
you did go to culinary school essentially.
Yeah. So I stayed on campus and had the college experience. So I took regular classes, and then that next semester I would have my kitchen classes. I started to join the culinary team, but after a while, it wasn't for me. So I found my own niche, and I got into baking because I self-taught myself how to draw. So I have like an art background of drawing canvases and trees and landscapes and stuff like that.
So you were just a naturally DIY, do-it-yourself type of girl.
Yep. So
nice.
I pretty much self-taught myself. I said I want to transform that. My senior year, when I decided I wanted to do pastry instead. I had some struggles in college where I wasn't sure if I wanted to do pastry. I felt like I was forcing myself to do it. But when I started making my own creations and stuff at home, like the dessert bars, I knew that was something I wanted to do. And I was like, I don't have to be a pastry chef to start doing wedding cakes and be a cake decorator. I knew how to do some of that stuff, especially working with fondant. I also
What is fondant?
Fondant is like a edible clay, but it's edible. It's like sugar.
Clay, edible clay.
It's like clay, but it's sugar hardening.
Clearly, I know nothing about that.
Yes.
If I'm looking like clay, eat clay.
Right. It's edible hard sugar.
Okay.
Hardening. And
is that the thing that you see how right now they have all these cakes with the different designs?
Yes, that's
is that
fondant.
what they use?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
nice.
fondant.
Nice.
You get
Fondant is good. It tastes
Yes.
good.
and sugar flowers as well.
Okay.
So, which that's made out of gum paste. Gum paste is a powdery substance, and then you mix it into the fondant, and you knead it in with the palm of your hands. And that's how you get your sugar flowers, and you see on the wedding cakes and like for birthday parties and brownie showers and stuff like that.
I'm a little sad you didn't bring treats for
I'm
us
so
today.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
From you talking right now,
Yeah.
I'm like, my mouth is slowly watering as you talk.
I'm glad you tried some at the event.
Yes, they're really, really good.
Thank you. I don't know if you tried the brownie s'mores I had.
The brownie s'mores, that's what I tried.
That was the recipe I came up with like a week before.
Really?
It was
so tasty.
Thank you. It was around Halloween.
Right, it
and
was.
That event was around towards Halloween themed.
Okay, so just to explain what we're talking about right now, I originally met Asia at a event by this company, the event marketing company named B Crown. They have these events that they call DS Mixers, where they bring together young entrepreneurs together within NYC, and just to come into an environment where you network and other entrepreneurs could showcase their work as well.
Right.
Asia was actually one of the entrepreneurs that were there that they showcasing her work, and she had a table just full of amazing goodies if you're into sweets. And that's when I tried your brownie s'mores.
Right.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, I call them the brownie s'mores.
Brownie s'mores. They were so good, and I was just like, I wanted a second one, but I didn't want to look too greedy. But it was
a lot of people kept coming back that night, and that was only my second vending event, and that was a really great vending event for the first time for me to get me out my shell, my comfort zone.
Okay.
And I was really excited about it. I just met some great people overall that day.
There's a lot of amazing people in the room that night.
It was. I don't know if you remember. I think it was like the free massages.
Yes, they did have that. Yes.
Like the free, cocktails and stuff like that. It was really fun.
Yes.
And it felt like a family there. Like you can just kind of vibe with everyone.
Right. I do agree. So how long have you had your company?
I've had it about 4 years now. I rebranded it last summer.
So why did you rebrand?
I rebranded because I had the Instagram baking page, and it was just there, and I was complaining and talking to my friends and my family about what I want. Why am I not getting any business? I wasn't focused on it, and I feel like that I had that mindset of owning a business. And a lot of people in my family, like my cousin friend, she owns a business. She self-taught herself how to do cakes and stuff. My cousin Angie, she's been an inspiration to me. So she also helped me, how to work with fondant as well. So I had that hands-on experience from her for a while, for like a year. But I always had the artistic ability. So I just did it. I didn't think about it. I just stopped thinking about it. My mom was like, just do it. Just do it. And I kept getting that advice. I said, if I just keep talking about it, it's not going to happen. So I went on a Vistaprint, got a new logo, got new business cards. I met a lady named Jessica in Montclair where we live. The one thing I do like about Montclair and me moving to Jersey, it gave me a push. And it's a community where we live in. They support a lot of local businesses. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs where I live in that town. With bakeries, shops, art galleries and stuff like that. I even met people at my gym that came to it. I even met people in Ubers that came to it. Just having great conversations, and I've got a lot on my...
To your pop-up shop?
Yes.
Okay.
So she let me have the space for free, and I really appreciate it. So I gave her the display cake that I made as a thank you, because I really appreciated it.
And how long ago was this?
This was next year, in June will be a year.
A year.
Since I had the dessert tasting. I had maybe 2 orders. I was a little discouraged, but a lot of people came. I had about over 40 people come. And
so I'm sorry to cut you off. So in this process, because it seems like a lot has happened very quickly, very fast within the past 2 years, I would suppose, right? So what have you learned so far in this whole process of just being an entrepreneur and growing a pastry business?
I've learned that, you have a talent and everybody is created differently with a talent and a craft. And God gives everyone their own craft to do, such as food, clothing, what you do. And I also want to inspire other people, because I want to look back on this and realize that I remember being that person in someone's DMs or Facebook or Instagram, asking them what kind of encouraging words, inspirational words you have starting a business or a pastry business or anything food related, So I've gotten a lot of advice. I've got some people that turn me down, ignore me, but I realized,
other pastry chefs?
Yes. And there's a lot of some snobbish people that stuck up and, make people feel like they're better than others. And at least I can say when I'm networking with people, I get that I'm very sweet, loving, caring, and willing to give my advice.
Okay.
And I want to leave that behind. And I also, me starting a business, I want to have kids one day, and I want to leave them with something. I want to leave them with money. I want to teach my kids about entrepreneurship, and they don't have to work a 9-to-5 if they don't want to. They have the option, to seek out talent that they want to have and to show the world that. So that's that. And then also it's prepared me to be more organized, because I am all over the place. So it is giving me time to jot down my thoughts, what I have to buy, what I have to order, and to be more organized and prepared for certain things.
So what have been the biggest challenges so far in your journey? Because you did mention before, like, something that you find connected with other pastry chefs, sometimes they just kind of standoffish, don't want to connect. And I agree, because sometimes I always find it to be really interesting. Like, people within your industry, you kind of want to connect and just get a little more info, because you've been doing this longer. And sometimes it is a little harder to connect with some people that are within the same field. So what has been some of the biggest challenges other than that you have faced?
It's been not getting orders before May and April. It's been a challenge where someone wants to, I will say that, and I take part in it too, where I've not stood up and spoke up for myself, letting people know that, trying to tell them that I'm going to charge for a tasting or charge for delivery. And they telling me, oh, this is just too much. I can get this from the grocery store, or I can get this from Stop and Shop, or,
Really?
Yes. And it's been very discouraging. And then sometimes I see myself going back to my dessert menu on the computer. Oh, let me lower this price then to see if I can start getting orders, or doing a lot of sponsorship events. And I feel like some people don't appreciate it. And I just got to a point, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep shortchanging myself, charging like $15 for like maybe 12 dozen of cookies. Like, I'm not making a profit back when I know it costs me more to buy the chocolate chips, the powdered baking powder, baking soda. Butter's expensive out of all of it, besides milk, eggs, and sugar. That's nothing, but the butter is like $6. And people don't realize that those 4 sticks that's inside the packs of butter, it's actually one whole pack. If you kind of had it frozen, it's a whole block. The factories just cut it in half and fours to make it look like it's just 1 stick of butter. It's actually 16 ounces, 16 pounds of butter in whole. And I realized, I said, you know what? These are my set prices. I'm going to start charging for tastings when people want to taste it, because I still got to go buy the ingredients from the grocery store for me to make it for them to taste it. And, you know, I realize some people will be okay with it and some people will complain. And it's like, well, you go buy the ingredients then and get back to me on it. Because I had this, that's been the struggle for me the last year or two. And it's still a struggle. But I got to realize my worth and my time. And I'm worthy, you know, of my products. Because I'm taking the time to make it and make sure it tastes good. So that's been the struggle.
So far, who have you worked with? Have you collabed with anybody while you're branding yourself and trying to build your brand?
Yes, I've worked with a great chef. His name is Chef Amir. He, back in the fall of October, he recently, you know, DM'd me asking me, I have a great dope opportunity for you. I was at work, which I was miserable. I'm miserable at my job. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, so you have a day job?
Yes.
You don't do Asia B treats full time?
No. And I have a job where I was doing that, and then I get home, I will bake. Because I usually bake at night when everybody's asleep.
Okay, I see. So you're just balancing it out.
Yeah. Chef Amir, he's a great chef. He's a celebrity chef. He's known in the tri-state area in New York and especially New Jersey. And he asked me...
What is his specialty?
He meal preps, and he is a private chef for a lot of the NFL.
Oh, nice.
For the New York Giants.
Nice, amazing.
Yeah. So he asked me to do this corporate event that he was doing. He asked me to make peach cobbler cupcakes, and he asked me to make banana pudding cheesecake cupcakes, which I had never made before. And mini red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. I was like, wait, I said, you need me to do what? So I got nervous, and he's like, I'll pay you to do it and all of that. Don't worry about that part. I said, okay, I'll contact you this afternoon. We played phone tag a little bit. Finally got to, because it was funny, I actually wrote on his page, and I listened to, he was being interviewed on a podcast that I was listening to, and I was like, oh, he's really dope. I love his work. I love how he just does a twist on a what is it, chicken and waffles. Like, he made a red velvet waffle with a cream cheese frosting, glaze on it.
Nice.
And it
sounds tasty. Yes. I don't even eat meat no more, so that sounds really tasty.
And he made a protein blueberry waffle. You know, for the people that are the sports players. Okay. And I was like, that's really dope. And I wrote a comment like, I love your work. And then it was funny because a week after he wrote me, and I was like, he's like, before you say no, he must have been reading my mind. He said, before you say no, I know this is last minute. And this is how the world culinary field works. You get last minute stuff. And this, I think, is really, don't turn down an opportunity. If you don't want to, I understand. But I love your work, and I know you're just starting out, but can you think you can do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't know how to make banana pudding cupcakes, but I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out.
You're a pastry chef. You better figure that out.
Figure it out. Oh man! So I go run and tell our grandmother the story. You know, so I met with him. He's like, can you meet with me to do a tasting? So I met with him, and he told me the budget that I needed for him to give me. So I met when I was nervous. I really liked his food, and I was looked up to as a chef. And he loved everything. So he's like, the job's yours. It's next Thursday. So that was great for me, because I was nervous, and it gave me a push to do it. So I did the event. It turned out very well, and I was excited. And then he contacted me again. He did a Thanksgiving community feast for 1,000 people at a school. And I was going to be nervous to do that too. I did sweet potato pie.
So you did several events with him.
Yeah, I did. It was. I looked up to him, like he's very humble, very sweet, very supportive of community, and that was important. And forever grateful and appreciative of that opportunity he gave me. Every now and then he reaches out. So that was, I literally got off work that day and my mood changed and I was happy. I had never really cooked in like such a big kitchen. It was at a school and they had some of the kids helping too.
Oh, nice.
So I had people helping me and I really not used to directing people to how to tell them to do this and do that. So it was fun. I got home at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, but it was fun. We made sweet potato pie. We made red velvet sheet cakes. Also, we made peach cobbler.
Oh, beautiful.
Made peach cobbler. My grandma makes really great peach cobbler. My mother loves it. And I said, oh, this...
So peach cobbler has to be a specialty, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it is now. It's
now?
Yes.
So what are your specialties?
Well,
if anybody wants to order from you, like, what are the things that's kind of like, if you order this, I am going to throw down on
especially my dessert bars.
Your dessert bars.
Yes.
So what flavors does your dessert bars come in?
They're the lemon bars and they're short apple crisp bar, the shortbread cookie crust, and then are the brownie s'mores. Which is
those are
which you tasted with the toasted marshmallows and graham cracker crumble. I made my own graham cracker crumble that day. I didn't have time to go to the store and get graham crackers, so I made my own imitation of it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I would never guess. They were so good.
Thank you.
So do you try to be as creative as possible with your recipes?
I do. Like the brownie s'mores. I don't really think anybody have ever heard of brownie s'mores, really. I just know I love marshmallows. And I love brownies. My mom used to make the brownies really fudgy. I didn't know how she did it, but they were really good. And I like to have the brownies in the freezer, or like chocolate chip cookies, just like that texture of it being like crunchy, the edge being crunchy, and then being fudgy in the middle. And having that chocolate fudge or not. People have different preferences. People like cake brownies. They taste like cake, or they like it fudgy or chewy.
Nice.
So that, and then the cooking the marshmallows inside the batter.
Okay.
And then toasting it on top of it.
It sounds like you just have fun with it.
I do. I literally do that. Like the lemon bars, for instance, I started adding like lime zest to it.
Nice.
And I did an event 2 weeks ago, and I put edible gold glitter on the brownies. I didn't want like the edible gold, and it looked really pretty. Because I was talking about finance and money and credit. So I was like, oh, that kind of relates in a way.
So go for sparkle?
Yes, a lot of people was intrigued and they liked it. It was last minute. And I had the glitter sitting up there. I said, I thought I'm going to use this and dust it on. Because I didn't want to leave the brownies plain looking.
Right.
Powdered sugar is the go-to. But I'm like, it's something different. So I added gold glitter on it. My girl was like, oh, that's really nice. So it attracted people to want it.
I'm still upset at you, Asia. She keeps talking about all of these amazing shoes, but she didn't bring us nothing to try.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to forgive you for this time around for that. No, I'm messing with you. It's fine. What should people expect from Asia B? What do you have in the works?
So I have a website that's coming out in a couple of months. I'm gonna have a release party in September, hopefully. Be Crowned is helping me do that. Sharisa and Chris. Sharisa and Chris, they're amazing people. I love them. They're like family to me now, and I'm like family to them. Sharice's definitely been a mentor to me, and I feel like, people are put in your life for a reason. You meet them unexpectedly. I remember looking on Eventbrite at one of their events. I was like, I want to go to that. I went to the one in September, and then I said I would love to be a vendor for their event in October. So we kept a relationship since then, and I sponsored their holiday party that they did. I was a little nervous doing it, but that was successful. I made sugar cookies.
Oh, nice.
For the event.
Amazing.
Christmas sugar cookies, trying to think what else I made. That was about it. I made a lot of them. Made about like over 50 of them.
So anything else? Any events? Stuff that people could go to, pop-up shops where they could taste your goodies?
Yes, I'm going to be doing a couple of pop-up shops this summer that I want to do. I'm going to reach out to a couple of people because some people let you use their space for pop-up shops. You shop in clothing. So I will be doing that. I will be having a dessert tasting this summer.
Nice.
And I also want to do one in Brooklyn because that's where HB Sweets first started, was Brooklyn. So I want to bring HB Sweet Treats back to Brooklyn, and
there's nothing like the Brooklyn way.
Right. I used to call myself the Brooklyn Girl.
Okay.
on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I didn't appreciate Brooklyn until I got a little bit older. I always wanted to be in Manhattan, with the Christmas lights and tall buildings.
I see. I can see.
So yeah, I appreciate.
And you're older, and it just seems like Manhattan's just oversaturated.
Yes.
Because I'm from Brooklyn, and literally when I go to the city, it's like if I have nothing to do that, I'd rather not do it. It's too much.
It's overwhelming.
It could be too much at times. Yeah.
Brooklyn will always be home. I appreciate it now. It's a lot of entrepreneurs and it's a creativity place to be.
I agree. I definitely do.
So I'm gonna be doing that. I finally got a new logo.
Oh, amazing!
Yes.
Congrats on that.
So it fits me. So I was excited about when it finally came out. So be on the lookout for pop-up shops and an event in Brooklyn. I will be doing. So everyone can come to, friends and family.
Nice. Amazing.
So, I'm not trying to be stuck in New Jersey, even though I know I am. But New Jersey gave me the push when I moved. Because we live in a town where it's very, community supportive. It reminds me a little bit of Brooklyn, a little of sense, because it's always some type of, it's a lot of festivals in the summer. They have film festivals, they have art shows, and street fairs. It's going all around until October.
Nice.
Right.
Okay, so you just heard it from Asia Bullock herself, the owner of Asia Treats. Definitely look out for her and her tasty treats. You heard about her story, you heard her inspirations, the little unique touch she uses to make her treats very tasty, which my mouth is watering, but I haven't eaten nothing yet, but it's fine. My name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. I just have with Asia B. Look out every Tuesday for new episodes and new interviews from dope entrepreneurs like Miss Asia B.